Good evening, guys. Welcome into the 6th edition of Unplugged with April. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday evening. We have just finally started feeling better and back to ourselves today. Get back into the work week next week. Kind of getting back into the swing of things here. Let's see. It looks like we've got Ron and Sharon, Lucky and Lover in. Thank you for that. And Mr. Bradley Jones. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome in, Tracy. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Really hope you guys had a great weekend. We had a good weekend here. Weather was great here in Texas, and the kids all came over this evening or earlier this afternoon. We had a nice dinner. Mike cooked out. He made hamburgers and hot dogs for the kids. So it was kind of nice to get to see them because we really hadn't seen them since we've been back from Vegas, since we were not feeling well. But we are so glad that you guys have joined us. We've got a great show lined up today. Have a big announcement coming up. We're going to talk about March Madness. Welcome in, Ivy Slots. Thank you for coming in and visiting us tonight. Blue Moon is what's going to be the choice of drink for tonight, guys. Stumbled across Blue Moon. I've tried it here and there, but I really, once we got into Vegas, truly fell in love with Blue Moon. So we stopped by yesterday and Mike picked up some Blue Moon for us. So welcome in, Robert. Hope you're having a great Sunday evening. So tonight's lineup is we've got a couple of things to discuss that's going on in Vegas, and then we're going to do our Vegas recap. Tell you, Mike's going to actually join in here in a little while, and we're going to go over all the fun things that we did in Vegas. Wow, guys, it was wonderful. We had such a great time. We ended up actually having to stay an extra night, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Welcome in, Brian and Melvin Slots. Phil, hey, Phil Bogo Slots. We actually got to meet up with you. We saw you at the Slot Lizards, and then we ran into you on the strip again as well. So that was fun. And LoveStruck Gambling is in. Thank you guys for joining. DG Productions, Little Dutchie. Gina is in the house. So glad everybody could join us, and we're just having a great time with this. We do this every Sunday at 7 o'clock Central Time. We were not able to do it last Sunday because I was not feeling well. I'm feeling a little better, not 100%, but we're getting there. So I'm excited to try to get back into the swing of things. But yeah, I'm very excited to go over our Vegas recap with everybody, kind of tell you some of the things that we did. Running into Phil Bogo Slots was a lot of fun. We got to go visit Jay with the Slot Lizards. We ran into Sean S. was there. That was fun, finally meeting you. And then Darren came with M, and so that was fun. We all had a great time that Saturday night. So it was just overall, Vegas, once again, did not let us down. We had a wonderful time. We did not really have any bad stays, I would say. Just a lot of fun, but we'll go over that in a little while. We'll have Mike join in and jump in and kind of give you his thoughts, because they might be a little bit different than mine, but we definitely had a great time. And man, that marathon, that was awesome to see. I really enjoyed watching that. So let's talk about some of the things that are going on in Vegas right now. It looks like Brightline has announced that they are actually going to build a train system that's going to run 200 miles per hour, and that's going to run from Vegas to Southern California. Now, this is great news because so many people ask, and they post it on Facebook all the time, do I have enough time to go to LA when visiting Vegas? And so this is really going to be awesome because this train is actually going to go 200 miles per hour. It's a 218 miles between the two destinations. So I would say probably in a little over an hour, you could be in LA or you could be in Vegas, vice versa. So that'll be very interesting to see and watch. What they didn't tell us is when they're going to start the project and how long it's going to take. But what they're doing is they're going to be putting it in the median of Interstate 15. So that'll be very interesting to watch and up and coming. And I'm pretty sure that's probably going to take them a little while to get that mapped out and built or whatever. I mean, we've been told that they were going to do something like that between Houston and Dallas, and we're still waiting for it. It's been forever when they made that announcement. But I think it would be wonderful because then people could actually go to LA and to Vegas and vice versa. Because I know for us, we would love to be able to drop into Southern California and visit so many of our slot community channels that actually operate out of Southern California. So this would actually be a really great thing to have. Yes, they're going to have a stop here in Rancho Cucamonga, if I said that correctly. Yeah, that's what I was reading about. So I think that'll be interesting to see. And I think it's going to be a very populated method of transportation very quickly. Be very interesting to see how long it takes them to do this and what that's going to look like for Vegas. Let's see. J Real Slots is in. Welcome in. If I didn't see you earlier, I do apologize. 200 miles per hour. That's correct. I can't even imagine because, you know, that's super fast. I will see. Like I said, we're still waiting on the one from San Antonio down to, or from Dallas to San Antonio and vice versa. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see what that's like. But I think it'll give a lot of people a lot more options to get into Vegas quicker from the LA area. Be very, very good. The other thing that they've got going on, Resorts World has actually made an announcement that on April 21st, they're going to have a transfix immersive art exhibit. Now, this thing is beautiful, right? Everything's going to be lit up. They've got over 50 very large scaled art that they're going to be putting up. It's going to be a little bit more interactive. This is going to cover 200,000 square feet. And it's going to be on multi-levels there at Resorts World. So that's going to be fun because that's going to open up on April 21st. So we'll definitely have to check that out the next time we're in Vegas and get a view for what that is and, you know, definitely get something out on the channel. But I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I will tell you, we went to Resorts World this past time. It was our first time there. And that place is beautiful. It's massive, but it definitely is a beautiful, beautiful resort. And, you know, we went live from there. Hopefully you guys got to catch that live for us. And I truly enjoyed it. I want to go back and I'd love to stay there at the different, I think they have 3 different tiers as far as the hotels go. So it'll be interesting to go and do that piece of it. And I can't wait for the art show. I think these things are a great way to pass your time, you know, especially, believe it or not, there are people that go to Vegas that aren't true gamblers. So this would actually be another option of entertainment for everybody. Welcome in. Let us market you. Hope you're having a great weekend and getting ready for that work week. So Formula One, they finally posted what their paddock, the renderings of the paddock and what that's going to look like. I will tell you, when we were there, they actually had started building this out, and it looks quite interesting. But the kind of cool thing about this, since Formula One is going to be, that's going to be the hosted city for 10 years, they locked in that contract. They've got this that they're building, right? And they're actually on the very top, like the roof piece of it, they're saying is going to be much like the MSG Sphere. It's going to have the same kind of LED lighting outside. So all the helicopter tours and people that are flying in will be able to see this really cool Formula One logo on the top of it. So that is very interesting. It's the first time that they've really released any type of footage of what that's going to look like. And when we were there, we saw it. I don't remember why we saw it. I think maybe we took the tram, the monorail or something, but we did kind of see the construction that they were doing for that. So it's already underway, and this thing looks massive. The stuff that they're doing for Formula One is so, so interesting. In fact, Circus has announced that they are going to do a $30 million renovation. Now, this renovation is not necessarily going to be on the casino floor or the arcade or where they have all their performances. This is really going to be for the outside. It's really meant to be a facelift. So, you know, the red and white circus tents and the building itself is going to get painted and get a good, nice, much needed facelift. And then, you know, I think with Formula One coming in, and you've got the MSG Sphere now, and you've got possibly a new baseball team coming into town. You know, it's worth it for these hotels to actually put in the money and the time to do these renovations, because more people are going to be coming to Vegas. they're drawing in such a big crowd. Welcome in Barbra Playin Slots and SSK Productions. We appreciate you. Pop, hope everything's going well. Welcome in. I see Sister Yoshi has joined us as well. Hope you guys are all having a great evening, and we really appreciate you joining us. But, going back to the renovations and all of the things that they are doing in Vegas, I think that's a great idea. They got all these major Formula One is coming, and, they've got the MSG Sphere, and they just have all of these new up and coming attractions that are going to bring people in. So I like the fact that some of these hotels are actually doing their renovations and getting everything kind of caught up. Welcome in, Gambling Mitzi. So glad you could join us this evening. Interesting, I told you guys, I think on episode 3, that the Rio had stated that they were interested in selling the hotel there, Dreamscapes, for the Oakland A's. Well, it looks like this week they have actually backed out of that. They have decided that, much like the Circus, they want to keep the hotel up and running, and they're going to do some renovations for that. But what they did say is at the back of the property, they have enough acreage back there that they could actually still support a baseball team as well, a baseball stadium. So that's kind of interesting to see that all these hotels, I think it's just going to make our experience going to Vegas. These hotels need the renovations, and they need these facelifts. So I'm glad to see that these hotels are getting some love. And, I'm pretty sure the prices are going to go up, right, as with anything else. But I'm okay with that if what they're putting into it has good results, right? So, Bally's and Horseshoe and that whole turnover, they haven't started on their rooms just yet, but Horseshoe's actually, you can see that they've done a lot of outside cosmetics, painting and whatnot. And I think that's great. I think it's a good idea to always, keep things up and getting and going, and the whole remodeling. So then the other thing, let's talk about smoking in your hotel room. So in 2015, MGM announced that they were taking away their hotel rooms for smoking, and they don't offer any rooms anymore that you can actually smoke. So now Caesars is going to follow their lead, and they are getting rid of all of their rooms that are smoking friendly. So that means you're going to have to go downstairs on the casino floor to smoke and do whatever, do those types of things. So it'll be, I like that. I think it'll be great, because I know we had an experience where we got the last hotel room one time, and it was smoky. Like the towels were smoky. The minute you walked off the elevator, because that whole floor was designated for that, it was just an awful, awful smell. So it looks like Caesars is going to follow suit with MGM, and they're going to go ahead and stop, going in and renovating them, cleaning them up. And if you'll notice, for MGM, that's most of their stay well rooms are now, what were their smoking rooms are now their stay well. So I'm sure Caesars will follow suit and begin to offer these sweet stay well type of rooms for everybody. So that's really interesting to see Caesars follow along with MGM. They are they're competitors, right? And so they pretty much have to keep up with each other. So I think it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think that MGM has lost any. Pop says no smoking and is already like that in Oklahoma. Yeah, that's true. The WinStar Inn, they do still allow smoking, which is where we got stuck one time. But, just the room itself, it's just too small. There's no way to ventilate that, so you can go downstairs, you can smoke in the casino, you can smoke outside. So for me, I think it's a win-win for everybody, because the room itself, hopefully they'll have the filtration systems and everything. Phil Bogo says, I'm good with no smoking. It would be nice if the casinos could be non-smoking. The MGM Grand Casino and Luxor floor was very, very smoky when you were there. Yeah, so the Park MGM, right, is non-smoking property altogether. But I don't think they'll ever be able to get rid of smoking in the casino. I mean, that's just part of it. I think they'll just kind of follow suit. Like in Oklahoma, they have very specific new areas that they have built out for the casinos for people for non-smoking sections. And I can tell you, when we play slots and we were doing like our challenges and stuff, we were in the non-smoking section at WinStar, and it's really nice. It really truly is. But they'll never be. I shouldn't say never, but it'll be very hard to pass non-smoking in the casinos. It doesn't bother me that much, honestly. But I know a lot of people, it is a bothersome. And I know that Park MGM, that's one of the reasons they get such a big crowd there for that. Let's see. What else was there? Oh, yeah, the Fountain Blues guy. I don't know if you guys saw this or heard, but this past week, they were actually testing out the Fountain Blue. So that's great because they were testing all the different colors and all the lighting outside. So this means we are getting closer to this project finally finishing, and we're going to have something else. And, going on the north end of the strip, this is great because you got the Resorts World down there now. The Stratosphere just did their renovations on their hotel rooms. You got the Fountain Blue is opening up. So the Sahara's down there. You've got Westgate Hotel. So these hotels, I think the north end of the strip, most people don't like to stay at. But I'm going to say that I can see this in a few years being a big part of people going to Vegas. That, I need to be center strip, and that, everybody strives to be, one of the mid-strip casinos. I think we're going to see that go away as time carries on because they are doing such great work at the north end of the strip. And I'll be honest with you, we really don't ever go down there. We did this time when we went to Resorts World, and it needs some love, some tender love and care, but it's doable. You can certainly walk. I think that's the night. That was Saturday. So I think that was the night we were at the Link or maybe Paris. So we walked all the way down to Resorts World and all the way back, and it really wasn't that bad. Now, we did stop and play, so there was a little bit of that, right? But anyways, let's see. Did I miss anybody? KDC Slots is in the house. Thank you for joining us. I do appreciate that. So guys, I always seem to sit by the chain smokers. I agree with that. And I think sometimes people do that because they want their machines, right? And they want to save their machines. And so perhaps they sit down and they're smoking. It's really funny because I've noticed when we were in Vegas this time, people were sitting at machines, but they weren't playing. And they just weren't as friendly this time around about getting up and letting you. I mean, I had to ask several times, hey, if you're not playing, can I sit down? Because at New York, one of the nights we were there, it was super crowded on the casino floor. And I love playing at New York because it always pays so well. So for us, I think for whatever reason, people don't feel comfortable asking other people to get up. But I had no problem this time. I had no problem. Bronco Buster, Keno, and karaoke, welcome in. Did I see we need some karaoke in our stream? You know what? That would be fun. We would definitely check that out. Pop Pop does karaoke too. That is Pop Pop? Oh, that's right. That's his new channel. Yes, I do. Yes, we need to do that. Oh, I am not singing. It does not. This voice does not carry a tune at all. LoveStruck Gambling. I love the north side. It's less packed. I love that they're building up that area. I do too. I really, really do. I like to see them building up that area. You got the Spear coming out, the Encore, the Encore and the Win, they're there. And I really think that whole area is going to be up and coming very, very soon. I really try not to bother folks with my smoke, but I agree. Oops, it went away. But I agree I'd rather smoke outside. Absolutely, right? So when I was a smoker, I always felt guilty sitting there and smoking at the casino. And especially if the people around you are not smoking, right? It's just more convenient to get up and walk away. But I just couldn't believe the amount of people that were sitting at machines but not necessarily playing. I've just never noticed that before. Ron and Sharon, we kind of stay by that area the last few trips, the Venetian Palazzo. Yeah, we love that area. That's where we stayed for our honeymoon. We absolutely loved it. Welcome in, Kimzilla. Just popping in and saying, hey, welcome in. Glad you could join us. I think you're getting ready to head back home. She is still in Vegas. She got to meet Gambling Granny. That was fun. Her and 5K. Saw those pictures posted. I hope you guys had a great time. Let's see. Did you feel safe at night? Overall, in general, I did, Robert. We felt very safe. It was very cold. So it wasn't as crowded as it normally is because it was raining. It was cold. There was the wind, the dust storms, everything was just up and about, which I think is where I got my upper respiratory infection. But I totally felt safe the entire time we were there. I don't know if it's just less crowded because it was 38 and 39 degrees. Holy moly, was it cold. For my live Saturday, I am wearing a mask. Been sick, so don't want to aggravate it. Yeah, I'm a former smoker too, April. Yep. And that's funny because I went to visit my parents this week and I felt bad. And so I made sure to wear my mask. And then yesterday I went shopping at Sam's and I had my mask on because I was coughing. And this lady still looked at me like I was crazy. And I flat out told her, I said, I don't have COVID. I just have an upper respiratory infection. People do get sick still. But she like scurried away as fast as she could when I started coughing. It was kind of funny, but not really. No jackpots though, right, Kim? Yeah, we didn't get any jackpots this time either, right? We tried, and this is the most. I am not kidding you. This is the most we have ever gambled in Vegas. It was just so cold and hard to go outside and do things, and so we spent a lot of time gambling this time around. Twice the amount of money that we normally gamble, which is so interesting. Because we did not, even though we gambled more, this is the first time that we didn't come out ahead or even. We actually left a lot of money on the table for Vegas, so we'll have to go back and get that. All the Illinois casinos are non-smoking. Interesting. Well, you know what? I think a lot of the non-Vegas areas, since that is one of the main attractions of going to Vegas, is all the casinos. I just don't know that they can get away with smoking in the casino at all. Gambling, Mitzi says, I work in a medical field and I don't want to get our patients sick either. Yeah, I stayed home last week. I was supposed to go in the office and I actually ended up not being able to work 2 days. And then I ended up staying home and then I'll be at home all this week just to be safe because you don't want to get anybody sick at all. The full lineup. Oh, yes, Slots Fiesta. Thank you, Bradley. Yeah, guys, so Slot Fiesta is coming up. That's going to be a great event. They're going to be, it's Chris and Lou, they're hosting that. They're actually a bunch of the slot channels are flying into Vegas and they're going to have a slot marathon. So go in and check out that lineup and go into each one of their channels and hit that notification button because you do not want to miss this event. It is going to be a lot of fun. So make sure that you hit those notification bells and all the big lineup. It's going to be nice. Barbra Playin slots is 9 away from 1,000. All right, guys, if you are not subscribed to Barbra, you got to get in there. You got to subscribe to her, guys. She has the most infectious laugh you will ever hear on YouTube. It is amazing. She does such a great job. So come on, guys, if you are not subscribed to Barbra Playin slots, she is one of our mods and she does a great job. So go on in and subscribe to her. I really hope we can get you to 1K while you're here tonight. That would be awesome. You are almost there. That is a great thing. Barbra Playin slots. You're very welcome, Barbara. I appreciate you, and we appreciate you being one of our mods. You do a great job. Your channel and your playing is awesome. And again, if you guys don't know it, you've got to go check out. When she laughs and gets excited, she's just so cute. Just a great channel to watch. Thank you, Tracy in Arizona. Thank you so much for subbing to her. Hopefully we can get you to 1K tonight. That would be awesome. Yes, that's right, LoveStruck Gambling. Let's get her there. Little Dutchie. Nice. Thank you. Really appreciate that. So anyways, guys, what else did you want to talk about tonight before we go over our Vegas recap? I have a huge announcement, actually. If you 7 away, yes, let's do this, Bradley. Come on, guys, we can do this. She is 7 away from 1,000. Welcome in, L&D Adventures. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in and checking us out. All right, so Slot Lizards Weekend is also coming up, but we'll talk about that a little bit later as we get closer to that date. But I do have a huge announcement. I have a co-host that is going to be joining us for Unplugged with April. Now, this is not going to be an interview. This is a co-host, and I'm happy to announce that Jay from Slot Lizards is going to be my first ever co-host. So I am super excited about that. It is going to be a lot of fun. We can certainly, if you have any questions you'd like to ask him, we can do that. But it's really not an interview. We're just going to kind of come in and we're going to talk to, we are going to talk and just, have a good time and just kind of catch up. But if you guys have questions for him, it'd be nice to see him on the other side of the camera for a change. So we're going to go through it this week and try to pinpoint a date. So it'll be sometime the end of March, probably 1st of April. But I think it's going to be fun. Thank you, Kenzilla. I think it's going to be a great thing. And I can't wait for you guys to get to see Jay on the other side of stuff. He's really, really funny, really great guy. And I want you guys to get to know him as well. He is part of our family. And we're looking forward to that. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of you watch Slot Lizards on Wednesday and Saturday night. So it's going to be great. Again, it's going to be my first co-host. And we are just going to talk, sit around, have some fun. I'm going to probably have a beer. Jay does not drink, but I will have a beer. And we're just going to talk and then let you guys ask any kind of questions that you may have for him. It's going to be a lot of fun. On screen or in person, he needs red screens in his life. Well, if we could ever get him to Texas, I'm going to take him to WinStar so he can play those red screens, pop, pop. But it'll be like this. It'll be a virtual co-host for us. Oh, you're very, very welcome, L&D Adventures. You guys make sure that you are checking out all the different channels that are on here tonight and show everybody some love. Where is Barbra at? How many subs does she need, guys? She needed 7 to get to that 1,000. That is a great accomplishment, a great milestone, right? For us, hitting those watch hours was a really huge milestone, and now we're just going to start working our way on getting the subscribers as well. So, Barbra, that is just a wonderful thing. Welcome in, Shelly. Thank you for coming in. Shelly McVeigh is in the house, popping in. 6 more to go. All right, Barbra, well, I hope we can get you there. I think you definitely deserve it, and you're a lot of fun. Hi, James. Welcome in. I don't think I saw you come in earlier, so I apologize for that. Let's see. Unfortunately, I won't be. I could barely convince my new employer to give me the week off for Lizard Weekend. Yeah, I wish we could go for Lizard Weekend. It's the end of April, and it's the whole weekend that Kim has coordinated events for everybody, and they're going to go and they have a dinner one night, and they are going to have a pool night. I mean, it's just a whole entire weekend. You're going to get to hang out with. If you're not part of the Slot Lizards family, if you're not watching them on Wednesday or Saturday nights, you're missing out. Our community and that chat is just so tight. Like you'll see it all the time. If I'm in other lives, like Little Dutchie, Tracy in Arizona, we call them our lizard sisters, right? Because we all met through the Slot Lizards, and it's just a lot of fun. 6 more to go. Come on, Barbra, we can do this. We can get you there. Uncle James, yes. I still need that story, Sister Yoshi. I need to know that. All right, so let's talk about March Madness. March Madness kicks off, right? They just released the bracket. It is out there. Now, you have until Thursday night to select your teams before the first tip-off, which is not at night, I'm sorry. It's usually early in the morning, like at 10 a.m. But if you want to be a part of our March Madness that we are hosting, you need to send us an email. Send Mike an email so that we can get you in. We have a ton of channels that are doing this. It is no cost. There's no entry fee. It's completely free. It is all for fun. And in the end, the 2 people that are have the most points, we are giving away a $75 Amazon gift card to first place, and then second place is getting a $25 gift card. So guys, be sure you get in on this action. Gambling Granny, we've got dice, we have man versus slots, we have our own Tina is doing it, the Yoshis are doing it. I mean, guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. There's just so many people in there, and I know I probably missed it. But if you want to join in, have some fun. It's going to be completely free. We're going to cover March Madness. We're going to be popping up live here and there. as we're watching it in our garage and stuff. It's just for fun. It's another way for everybody to get to know each other. It's a fun little competition. A lot of trash talking between the family, my kids and us. But go ahead and hit yes, you did sign up, LoveStruck. That's right. You were one of the first ones. Go ahead and send Mike an email. So he will send you a link to our group. It's Mike and April Do Cool Stuff. And join in. When you do join, just try to put your channel name or how we know you on YouTube so we know who you are. There's a couple in there that we're not sure who they are. I think we've got it narrowed down who they might be, but definitely get your emails over to us and be a part of this fun stuff. This is our first ever March Madness. It is going to be fun. L&D Ventures. I did mine and I auto-picked. Couldn't figure out how to make my own picks. Oh, there's still time. Go. You have until Thursday. You can go back and make your choices. I would just kind of look on YouTube, right? That's where we all go to learn how to do things. And they show you and on ESPN, they'll show you how to pick your teams. It's a lot of fun. Very, very. I really hope you join in. Traveling Matt, welcome in. Do appreciate you coming in. L&D Ventures. Okay, so you are Derek Wildstar. Thank you for clarifying. We were wondering who that was. And there's another one in there that just did an ESPN number. So we're still trying to figure out who that is. But it's Sean. Okay. It's Sean S. Of course it would be. So anyways, guys, we've got a lot of people playing. It's going to be fun. We're going to give away, the $75 gift card for first place, $25 for the second place. And so come and join in on the madness of March Madness. That is that you don't have to know anything about collegiate basketball at all, right? But looks like he's got the scroll going with the email address. So go ahead and send us an email if you want to join. You have until the first tip-off game on Thursday to make that selection. Yes, Traveling Matt, it is March Madness again. Creeps up on us every year. I tell you, the year that I think it was either 1 or 2 years that they didn't do it during COVID, I was heartbroken because I love this time of year. It's just like the Super Bowl for me, and it lasts for 2 weeks. It's so much fun. And I'm still trying to talk Mike into going down to Houston for the Final Four so we can do a live on location Unplugged with April. How much fun would that be? We would just have a blast, have a tailgate party. There's a couple of people we know from YouTube that live that way. So maybe we can all meet up. We shall see. We shall see. All right. Welcome in, Traveling Matt. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you coming in tonight. If you want to join Matt, just go ahead and send Mike an email so we can send you that link to the March Madness. Yes, Gambling Missy, we do hope, Pop, you are feeling a lot better. We know you had some medical procedures done this week, so we hope you are doing well. Let's see. Kim Zilla says, we need to actually plan a trip to Vegas so we can actually meet. I know, Kim. It is the craziest thing, guys. We literally will fly into Vegas either a day or two after she just leaves, or she, like this time, flew into Vegas 2 days later after we left. We always are crossing paths, but we definitely need to plan something. I think for sure the one trip that is completely planned out right now is going to be for G2E Granny Fest. So that is a for sure thing. The other trips that we take are just on a whim. If the flights look empty and whatnot, then we pop up there. So, but for sure we are going to be there for G2E. So definitely, if you're going to be there, we can meet up then. Mike and April's Gmail. Oh, yes. Thank you for dropping that, Bradley. I do appreciate that. Brian says he's super excited for March Madness. So, Brian, this is not his first time. He's actually played with us a couple of times, and it's been a lot of fun. Good luck to everyone who participates. That's right. There you go, Brian. Absolutely.
Bradley claims he's going to win.
Bradley says he's going to win?
Bradley says he's winning.
I also heard that from Tanner today. Tanner said he was going to win. So we shall see. I don't even know if he signed up just yet, but hopefully he will. So Bradley thinks he's going to win. Brian thinks he's going to win. It's a lot of fun, guys. And just because I actually had my Gonzaga shirt on for this video. However, due to the background or what have you, it wasn't looking very well. And so I had to go and change my shirt. But I'm not sure I'm going to go with Gonzaga this time around. They're not doing as well as they normally do. I can actually talk today, thank goodness, but I know how to sign so I could communicate with Ninny. Yep. You know what? We've also I used to sign too when the kids were little, trying to teach them those as well. March 18th at 9 p.m. with Gambling Mitzi. Yes, you guys, she's so much fun to watch. Definitely make sure you check her out. Check out L&D Adventures as well. So Barbara, how are you doing? Where are we at with your number there? Mike, he's going to check for us. I think this is going to be great. I cannot wait till we hit 1,000 subscribers.
5 away.
5. There you go. So you started out at 9 and then we were down to 6. Now we're down to 5. That's awesome. So excited. Let's see. Yep. I'm reading the comments, guys. I'm sorry. 5 more to go. 5 more to go. That's awesome, Barbara. That's very great. Congratulations. I hope that you're obviously going to hit it very soon, hopefully this week, if not tonight. And that's just a wonderful, wonderful way to go.
Oh, she'll hit it tonight.
She'll hit it tonight. Awesome. Awesome. L&D, you guys are so cool and nice. Thank you all. Oh, absolutely. This channel. So for those of you that are new to our channel, we like to go over Vegas news. But then if you have something big going on in your channel, or something else is going on, that's what we're here for. We're trying to show everybody the love and the support that we have received in this community. So coming on here, if you got something big that's going on, like you've got the slot fiestas coming up very soon, right? We're going to talk about those items and we're going to hype everything up and get everybody rolling. May the best team win and good luck to all. Thank you, Matt. We also are doing a special event the first weekend of April, I believe. And I need to get more information on that. But I think we are doing a slot marathon for Slotted by Nature. And what we're going to be doing, I think we have the 4 p.m. Central Time Saturday for that. But as we get closer, I will bring that to you guys, kind of map out and let you know what other channels are participating in that as well. So you got the slot fiestas coming up very, very soon. So many great channels are meeting up in Vegas. That is going to be a blast. They're going to be playing at Resorts World. And again, if you can't remember how many days away, just go check out the Rhino Man. He does a short every other day or so with the countdown in which channels are going to be there. So definitely check that out if you want. He'll always keep you up to date. Oh, there's the slot lizards are in the house. We were just talking about you guys earlier. Made the announcement that you're going to be my co-host very soon. We'll try to get that in the book sometime this week and get that out there. But that's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. Maniac Scratchers, welcome in. That's awesome. Yes, the slot lizards have joined in. So yes, we're going to have Jay on the show. It's not necessarily going to be an interview, but again, guys, if you have some questions you want to ask him, we can definitely do it that way as well. But it's just really, I want him to co-host with me. We'll talk about what's going on in Vegas, what's going on in the gambling world and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Very, very soon. That's right. We'll have to pin down a date, hopefully soon. Much, much soon. I'm just kind of reading through the comments. Let me catch up, guys. I'm so glad you guys have all joined in. Do appreciate it so much. So much. All right. Well, I think Slot Lizards, hello. Great live last night. Face. Yeah. You know what? That was a great live last night, right? It's hard to miss a show. They do this every Wednesdays and Saturday nights, and it is just great. But last night was fun to watch. Absolutely, absolutely. So Mike, if you want to come on over here and join me, we can talk about our recap for Vegas and give you all the fun stuff that we did. And it'll give me a moment to catch my breath, have a little bit of my blue moon here. You want to come over and join me? Huh? Yes, I think you're going to talk. I think the control room will be just fine without you.
Oh, I can run the control room.
So look, hashtag Mike Matters is in the house. Come and join me, baby.
I am here.
Yes.
Mute that so I can still do that.
Oh, okay. You can still operate it from there. Okay, go for it. I apologize. Fun stuff, guys. All right. So as you know, we flew into Vegas on a Wednesday. Oh, 3 away from 1,000. Go, guys. Go subscribe to Barbra. Yes, let's do this. We can get you there. That is so awesome. Ha ha. My mic says the same thing. Yeah, so we arrived in Vegas on a Wednesday night, and
My hat's kind of goofy.
You need to move over towards me more. There you go.
Okay.
Anyway, so let me just tell you what a fiasco it was to get out of town on Wednesday. We were leaving Wednesday, and we were going to fly home on Monday. And so Wednesday, I wake up, I'm packing, I'm working, I'm getting everything ready to go. And what do you know? Air conditioning goes out. And this, guys, I am not kidding you when I tell you, every time we go to Vegas, our air conditioner breaks. Every time. Usually happens when we're in Vegas. It's like it's telling us don't go or something. But so I'm scrambling around trying to get the air conditioning guy here because there is no way. There is absolutely no way I want to leave these animals here with my nephew with no air conditioning. Luckily, the guy comes out, right? It's just a fuse. He gets it fixed. No big deal. I'm like, all right, this is great. I need to let the dogs out in the backyard. Mike's going to be home soon. Open up the back door. The fence is down. Cannot make this up.
Enter in Mike.
Yes, the fence is down now in the backyard. We have 2 hours before we have to be at the airport. I'm calling Mike. I'm like, you cannot wait any longer. You've got to come home now. The fence is down. We've got to get this fixed. These dogs will be running around the neighborhood if we don't get it fixed. So just before we get to the airport, right, we get the fence fixed. You did a great job.
I wouldn't say it's fixed, but
well,
I wouldn't climb on it on the other side if I was the kids behind us because there was screws driving right through.
Well, it's there. It worked. It's still
held up through the storm.
Yeah. So anyways, we get it. We get everything where we feel comfortable enough and we get going and we get to the airport. Everything is great. We arrived Wednesday night and we step outside at Vegas. And I have never been there for a sandstorm. There was sand everywhere. It was like walking on a beach. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like I experienced that when I was in the Middle East, in Iraq and stuff, but never had I seen that in Vegas. I don't, we've never gone in February either.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The weather's just been weird there.
Yeah. You couldn't have swept that up in a day.
Yeah.
There was so much sand there.
It was just everywhere. 2 more to go, Barbara. All right. I love it, guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hopefully some more folks will join in. Anyway, so we get to Vegas. It is sandy storms. It is cold, right? And just before we're walking out the door, we're on the phone with Jay, and he tells Mike, you better grab your jacket, right? Mr. I always wear shorts. He's like, you might want to bring your jacket. So thank goodness we did do that. So we brought the jacket with us. But anyways, we get there. We have a great time. We stay at the Luxor Wednesday night. That was a lot of fun. As you guys have probably already seen, we dropped that video. It was actually, I was going into it not very confident in our stay and how it was going to go. Welcome in, WCF boys. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate that.
You got to remember before we got to the Luxor.
Oh, yes. Do tell. You tell that part. I forgot about that.
We got into a cab that did not have, it had the credit card machine. We did not think to ask, is your credit card machine working?
Why would you ask that?
Yeah, well, now
we've never had that problem
I will going forward. And so whenever we get to the Luxor, he insists that we pay in cash, and which I think all we had was hundreds, and I wasn't given. He had no change.
Yeah, I said, "Do you have change?" And he says, "Nope." And he probably knows that people are arriving and have cash, right? But I did have 20s and I did have 5s. But those guys I allocate to our $20 trick and to the bellhops and to the maids and, for tipping purposes. So there was no way I was going to give this guy $100 bill. No. I just was not going to do it.
So very long story short, we were held captive for about 45 minutes in his cab.
He did not want to let us out.
Then he asked how much we were going to tip whenever he finally did call into dispatch. And
I was like, are you kidding me? You want a tip for this? But I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And I said, I authorized $3 for a tip. That is not what they charged me. They charged me double that amount, right? So I was very upset over that. Just never had anything like that happen to us in Vegas. So back to your question, Robert, when you asked, did we feel safe? Maybe not, because we were held hostage. I forgot about that part.
We were held. And then I had to actually apologize to the lady at the Luxor that was checking us in, because April was, she wasn't rude to her, but she wasn't this.
Welcome in, Kelly. Welcome in. Welcome in.
What she normally is.
No, I was not. We've been traveling. I've been dealing with stress all day long. And then the cab guy is not letting us out, and he's holding our luggage until we pay. Was absolutely insane. So anyways, I didn't know if anybody's ever had that type of experience. So just beware, right? I guess from now on, we'll ask if they have a credit card machine.
Well, yeah, I would have never thought that.
I've never had that problem. When we go see the slot lizards, we take a cab, and we've never had that problem at all.
Pop up, yes. The men's bracket only.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we didn't do the women's. Maybe we should do that next year, though.
Yeah, let's see how this goes first.
Yeah, let's test the men's bracket out.
One more
to go. Barbara, it's almost at 1,000, guys. If you are not subscribed to Barbara's Playing Slots, please go check her out. We just need to get her one more so that she can hit her $1,000. Yeah, so we're taking a 1,000 subscriber. Take an Uber. Right?
You know what? We've never done that. There's really no call for it. We don't ever really go out here and go drinking or anything that we ever need a Uber. And
but we did download the app.
No, yeah, we have the capabilities now. But generally, when you get off the plane, I just want to go. I don't want to wait for anybody.
Wait, what? Look, she did it. Yes.
No way.
Yes, she did. Congratulations. Barbara hit 1,000 subscribers. That is so awesome, guys. Thank you so much for showing the love and support. All right. Man, that just makes my night.
Hey, let's get us to 1,000. No.
That is awesome. Congratulations, Barbara. You guys are going to really enjoy watching her. She's so much fun. So much fun. That is awesome. It was cold when we went in November.
Sorry.
That's okay. It was cold when we went in November, so we know what you mean about spending more time in the casino. Yeah, I mean, we did.
Yeah,
we 100%.
We spent so much money.
Yeah, we did. So anyways, we stayed at the Luxor. I was going into this not thinking it was going to be a nice stay. I just had very low expectations. And actually, it was not bad at all. No. The room could use some renovations. You guys saw that. But the stay overall was pretty nice. I didn't really care for the shower, the bathroom part of it. But I actually enjoyed the Luxor. I would probably stay there again. I have heard that if you stay in the towers part, those are updated and whatnot. So definitely, guys, Luxor's not as bad as you think. It gets a bad rap. It really does.
I was thoroughly surprised because I was expecting.
Oh yeah, he was not. Worst. That's why we went in on Wednesday night.
I was very stressed out.
Definitely.
Yeah. It really wasn't that bad.
So Lake Tahoe was very crazy expensive. I'll stick to Vegas from now on. Yeah, Vegas was a lot for us just because this time around we spent so much time gambling, which we don't normally do. You're very welcome, Barbara. Much deserved. Much deserved.
The Luxor is haunted.
I
would not believe it.
I do believe that. But I will tell you, we had a haunted experience at the Link. We did have something weird happen to us at the Link. It seems like every time we go somewhere. But anyways, so let's go on. So Wednesday night we stay at the Luxor. It was good. Then we checked out and went to the MGM Grand. Oh, that was a beautiful, guys. You wait till you see this video. It was so much fun and comfortable. We had a private entrance. We didn't stay in the main part of the hotel. We had a private entrance. It was awesome. So if they ever want to do the upgrade, definitely take them up on that offer because it was awesome. The part of the hotel we were in that only had 3 stories. And every time we were there coming and going, we never saw anybody else. I never heard anybody. We never saw anybody. It was like we had the whole area.
Oh yeah, there was never anybody in the elevators.
No.
Yeah.
We were always the only ones there. And it's this little private entrance off to the side. You'd never even know it was there. So we didn't have to go through the entire casino to get to our hotel room. It was amazing. The room was amazing. It was so comfortable. I cannot wait to share that video with you guys. From there, we went over to the link. That's the haunted experience, or what I think was a haunted experience. So let me tell you about the link. We go, we check in. We're in District 3. I think it was District 3, right? So they have 3 different districts.
3.
Cell block.
That's what it looked like out our window. It looked like we were in prison.
It did. You'll wait until y'all see this. This is a
Rocket's here, by the way.
crazy. Welcome in, Rocket. Thank you. Thank you. SSK Productions. Thank you for coming in. The Luxor does have the creepy hallways. They did. And I kept everything I touched, I got shot every time, no matter what I touched. But let's get back to the link. So we get to the link and we check in, and the lady's like, oh, well, welcome in. You know, I do the cell block 3. Yep, exactly. I do my $20 trick. You know, I put the $20 bill and I slip it to her and I ask her if you have any upgrades available. And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. No problem. We have a king suite. No, you know, I'm thinking, oh, great. Right. So we get to the room. The room is laid out nicely. Literally the window was like this big, up and down. And like he said, you're looking out and it looked like we were in prison. Yeah. There was nothing you could see but other tiny little windows like this. And there was like a little back alley. It was like right in the corner. I don't know. I can't explain it. It was just really weird. But I will tell you, ladies, this is my opinion. I did not feel safe at the link. Not to say that you couldn't protect me, but if you were going to stay by yourself at the link, I don't know about that. It, to me, we laid down in bed. Let me explain to you why. To get to your hotel room, you go up the elevators and they're in the middle of everything. So it's in the middle of the walkway from between like where the food and restaurants are. I mean, it's not secluded enough. Did you drop the soap? It's not secluded enough for the access to the elevators. Although you need your key, if any way ever, you could just walk on and anybody could get up to the floor. So we lay down at night. Our room, it has a living room. It has like a little kitchen area. And then it has the bedroom. And the bedroom, no windows. It was just that one window in the living room. That is it. So the room
pitch black. It was beautiful.
It was awesome. Okay. Because it was dark, pitch black. There were no lights. Cause you know, in Vegas, you get all the lights, especially at New York. But the air conditioning was so loud. It was like having your home fan times 10. It was just so loud. So we slept really well that night. But welcome in, Yoshi Slots. Thank you so much for joining us. So right before we're going to bed, I just told Mike, I said, look, I'm not digging this, right? I don't feel comfortable. I'm not ever going to hear if somebody comes into our room because it's on its own. It's separated from the living room. So I said, hey, you probably maybe just get our tripod out and sleep with it next to you on the floor.
I got out my Slot Lizard Edition tripod.
Yeah, this thing is heavy, guys. Super heavy. You could use it great as a weapon. So he had that out and laid it out beside him. And by the way, we're sleeping on what looks like IKEA furniture. The floor, the bed.
It was IKEA furniture.
The bed is on the floor. It was just strange, just very, very strange, but very comfortable, but strange. But anyways, and then we took the bar stool that was at the tabletop and he put that underneath the door handle so that nobody could come in.
Not for my protection.
No, just you can't hear them. If they were to come in, you would never hear. Which, by the way, that happened to us at Paris.
Yes.
Remember that? Yeah. This time around. I forgot about that as well. Anyways, so the link, I don't know, ladies, if you're staying by yourself, I would never, if I found out my daughters were staying there, I would pay the difference for them to upgrade to a different hotel. Just did not feel safe at all. Comfortable bed. We slept so great that night. But,
it was great.
You know, so we're laying in bed, just real quick. We're laying in bed. He turns off the TV. We had been watching Shark Tank. We turn off the TV. And then all of a sudden, this radio is playing music. And we're like looking around. And it's been like 3 minutes after you turned the TV off. It just slowly kind of started like getting louder and louder and louder and louder. It was the weirdest thing ever. And then he was like, I don't know what that is. I mean, it could be the TV, but we were watching Shark Tank. I mean, I didn't get it at all. There was no music. And the TV wasn't on, but he hit the power button on the TV and the music went away. It was just really weird.
Yeah.
Very, very weird. Anyways.
Barbara wants to know if we're ever coming to Cali.
Yes. So, Barbara, we are trying to figure out when we make our drive to Vegas because we drive once a year. I'd like to try to make it out there. So,
I'm going to take the train.
You're going to take the train? Well, that might be a few years.
Oh, well, she'll have to wait.
No, Barbara, we will not make you wait that long. We need to come out and visit. But
well, she can come here.
That's true too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we love Shark Tank. I just love it so much. We watch it all the time when we.
There's nothing else on TV if there's nobody going live.
Yeah.
That's pretty much our go-to for some reason.
Yeah.
We're old.
Yeah. So, anyways, the link was fine. I mean, it was comfortable, but I just, if Mike hadn't been with me, I don't know that I would have been able to stay the night there. I probably would have gone and paid more for our hotel room that night and not stayed at the link. I just don't like how the hotel rooms and the elevators are not escalated or segregated out, or there's no security. Just, I don't know. The whole thing was just kind of weird for me. But so we stayed there. We stayed at Paris. Mike is coming out of the bathroom, right? You're just taking a shower. I am sitting down with my towel wrapped around me, and I am doing my makeup. And all of a sudden, this knocking on the door, knock, 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 security, security. And they sling open our door, right? And mind you, we're in our hotel room. And they somehow get the door open and they open it up and they're like, security check, check your window. Yeah. We were like, what? And excuse me, we're like half naked here. And then the lady's like, yeah, you need to check your windows. You need to check your windows. L&D Ventures, thank you for coming in. Do appreciate it so much. What did you say? Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, it's okay. Got to put up a video. Take care and good night. Oh, definitely. Thank you.
Sorry.
Jamal, is Jamal in and we missed it?
I think I had him up. You were just rambling.
Oh, I was. I'm sorry. Welcome in, and Rocket is in. We did Yoshi slots. Yeah. So, it was just, he had gone downstairs. So this is why the door was unlocked.
Yeah.
It didn't have the one part of the lock on it. Is he had gone downstairs and gotten me something to drink, and he'd gone to CVS and gotten a drink and came back up. But it was just odd that they just came right into our room. They knocked really hard, and there was no way to respond to them. I don't even know that they knocked.
It says we're buffering.
Oh, we're buffering?
It's probably because you're moving around so much.
Okay, well, I'll stop moving. Sorry.
I don't know.
But it just, the entire, the Paris thing was just kind of weird. People popping in and just opening the door up. I don't know. I didn't understand.
And then we went live a handful of times. We walked.
Yeah, we did our lives a few times. We stayed at the resorts. We went down there to Resorts World. We didn't stay there, but we are going to stay there.
We were pretty profitable at Resorts World.
Yeah, that's right. We did. We walked out $800. Too bad that we gave it all back at a different casino.
Well, we gave it
mostly
back.
Me.
Okay, good. It's good on Kim's end.
Clear. Okay, good.
Pop. Get the hamster running faster on your internet. Yeah.
Sorry, my phone died and had to charge it while driving. I'm still here. Thank you, Brian. Anyways, we had a great time in
slot
Vegas.
Lizards.
We went and saw the slot lizards.
And Jay was getting hand pay after hand pay.
Oh, that night he was on fire.
Well, you know why?
Because we were there.
Because I was standing right beside him the whole time.
Yes. Most definitely.
Yeah.
We had a great time. Anyway, we did the marathon Sunday. That was fun. I had, let me tell you right now, the best hamburger I have ever had at Beer Park.
Yeah, if you guys haven't ever gone to Beer Park, check it out.
It was so good that we went back a second day and I got the same hamburger. It was the breakfast burger. So good, guys. You've got to check out their food. It was just delicious. Don't have the nachos because they put sweet baked beans on
Yeah, they're baked beans.
Kind of weird. But the rest of their food, phenomenal. You've got to check it out. It was really good. What else? So we did Paris. We stayed at New York, 2 nights because the last night we ended up having to stay an extra night. So they were gracious enough to give us a room for free that last night we were there. So we got a lot of room reviews coming.
Yeah, our flight was canceled because of the windstorms.
Yeah, it was a bad deal. And then we did the marathon. That was a lot of fun. It was so cold though. Thank goodness we had that jacuzzi hot tub in our room that night. But somebody made a comment. I don't remember who it was that, we always end up in these really nice rooms and suites. And I'll just going to give you, I know we're cringing out on our 1 hour time limit here, but I just want you to know, here is the trick for me that I do when we go to Vegas. Online, I book the lowest room, that they have to offer. Then when I get there, I do the $20 trick, right? So I offer them the $20 and ask for a complimentary upgrade. And every time it has worked for us. The only time it did not work on this trip was Saturday night at Paris, but we still got a beautiful room. We had a great view.
We got upgraded to the view.
Oh, our view. That's right. She did move us up to a higher level.
Yeah.
That's right. So that's all I ever do, right? We don't pay for these suites or anything. We just get there and I offer them.
Yeah, we're poor.
We offered the $20 and ask for a complimentary upgrade, and it generally works. It's really awesome to do that. So I recommend you guys doing that. It's simple. Just be ready to give up the $20. But overall, Vegas was fun. Once again, New York was my absolute favorite place to stay.
Kim wanted to know.
Yeah, that is by far my absolute favorite. We got lucky again.
Yes, we did.
We ended up with the 1-bedroom luxury apartment, asked for the upgrade, and it was there, and the $20 trick worked. So we had the beautiful 1-bedroom luxury apartment once again. This time though, guys, wait till you see the video. It is completely renovated.
Yeah. And we actually got to, we were smart with the lighting.
We were more prepared this time. So wait until you see the video. Even though you already saw the 1-bedroom luxury apartment, this time around, it is updated. The walls, oh my God, it was absolutely beautiful. Some of the furniture had been replaced, some of it hadn't. But New York was by far, once again, my favorite place to stay. We played very well there. The payback for our play was
good.
The food was phenomenal. We stayed, and then the last night we were there, we went back, and I was like, my flight got canceled. Is there anything you guys can do for us? And because
we got a peasant's room.
Yeah, because we'd already checked out of the 1-bedroom apartment, and it was booked up for that night. So we got a regular room, but it was still really nice.
No, it was nice, but it was
nice.
showing that we could be humble and not stay in the big suites that we always stay
in. It was nice. So New York by far was my favorite room. It was not yours. Right?
No, MGM.
MGM was your favorite. That was a really nice suite as well.
Yeah, it was really nice. I like the New York one, but it's a little too much. Too many rooms. I like the open floor plan on the MGM one. We are a little fuzzy.
Yeah, we are. I think it's because we're both sitting here. That's okay. Anyway, so yeah, that was my favorite was New York. I had the best sleep at the Link, which is really odd. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know we really appreciate you guys. We're gonna wrap this up. We know other channels are getting ready to go. Go ahead, babe.
So March Madness is April 1 over. Shoot me an email. Even if you guys haven't done this before, there's quite a few people that are already signed up that have not done this before. You can do an autofill to where you don't have to do anything. It'll actually pick your brackets for you. You can go out, you can do some research and see, whatever.
Yeah.
But you can also change it up until what?
Kim. Until the first tip off. So Thursday morning.
Night, or Thursday morning?
Thursday morning at some point.
Yeah.
I think it's early, like 9, 10 a.m. So just have your picks out by then. Absolutely.
With the time change, it's usually really dark when we go live. And so we were frantic. So there's a little bit of a change. We're going to have to play with some stuff.
Yeah. Because with this time change.
Our house was really bright and it's always dark right when we go.
Right. Yeah.
So
it looks a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys. So thank you for joining in for episode 6. Sorry we weren't able to do it last week. There was just
she
no
was
way.
A sissy.
I couldn't stop coughing. I didn't have my voice. Well, I had a voice, but it just wasn't very well. Anyways, yes, safe travels, Kim. Definitely.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you for coming in. We will see you next Sunday for sure. We'll have our next episode. And hopefully,
I don't know for sure. That's the plan.
That's our plan.
If we get run
every
over
Sunday
by a car
at 7 p.m. Central Time, guys. Anyway, so send us a message. We appreciate all the love and support that you have to offer us. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. You all have a wonderful week. Have a great time. We will see you in the March Madness. Send us an email. You're very, very welcome, Little Dutchie. We appreciate all of you guys coming in, and congratulations once again to Barbara.
Barbara, congratulations.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
a big deal.
That's right, Barbara. You know what? You deserve it. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thanks,
And thank you to everyone on our channel. We appreciate all the love and support. All right, guys, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Have a wonderful week. And we will see y'all on Sunday night. Thank you and take care.
Thanks, guys. I'm looking up here. And